Hello and welcome to week 2 of Composition 2. I am in the middle of reading all of your discussion responses for discussions 1, 2, and 3, and I'll be providing feedback, but that takes a while and some of you are still working on those, and that is okay. I realize that there is a little bit of confusion regarding the due dates, so I'll try to explain that and my thinking behind it, and we can always change it because, hey, I'm in charge and I can make things work for you better. But before I do any of that, I want to just go through what our expectations are for this week. We are starting off by reading They Called Us Enemy, and this is the book again. We'll be reading the first 50 pages. Before you do that, it might be good to start figuring out who the author is, the main author, George Takei. There are several other authors, so I do have a but some links to some interviews. There's a printed interview of George Takei and then a video interview of George Takei. It's a 16-minute long interview. You don't have to watch the entire thing, but it's good to kind of know who he is and what he's trying to do with this book, because that's part of what we are trying to do. We are reading this book for a book review, and a book review tells us whether or not the book is worthwhile to read, whether or not it's good. And so part of how we decide that is by looking at whether or not the book does what it sets out to do, what the author thinks it's trying to do. Those things are important. So helping us will be these two pieces of background information, the interview and the video. So that'll be good. I'm asking you to do a summary of the first 50-some pages by Wednesday night. I would like it in by then. That way it gives you a deadline. I know I said that Sunday is like the end of the week, so if it's in on Sunday, that's okay too, but don't put it off. I don't want you to feel like, oh man, it's Sunday at 3 o'clock. I have 35 assignments to do. I don't want you to get that sense of complacency. So I'm putting these deadlines in here. So these are your original deadlines, and we have our drop dead hard deadlines on that Sunday at the end of the week. Once you've done your summary, or you can actually do your discussion 5 first. Either way, it doesn't matter. By Thursday, answer these 14 questions. I know it seems like a lot, but these questions and the summaries are going to help you write your book review. The idea is that you're creating a record of your thoughts, and you're going to be able to come back and say, okay, when I first started reading this, I thought the book was going to be about this, and you have it already like kind of drafted, which is kind of cool. So this discussion board is going to help us out. You can read what other people post. You do not have to respond to anybody. This is just post your thoughts and you get the credit. So that's important. I do have a little lesson on how to do summaries. I'm going to actually move this up just to help you out a little bit better. Then we have another reading assignment. It is Sean Blanda's The Other Side Is Not Dumb. It appeared in Medium, and it's a good essay. I've been having students read that for quite a while, and a lot of students like it. You might have read it in Comp 1, and it's okay. It's good to read it a second time. So you'll have a summary due. I have it listed as Saturday as a way for you to program your week, and then a discussion board that's due. I made it Sunday night. Then finally, we're going to talk about topic selection. We are selecting a sorry, I got a cat in my lap. This is our new cat, Jasper. He likes to be in my lap. So he's sneezing down there. I don't know why. But we are starting to think about our big research projects. So I'll have a separate video. I'll just make sure I have something that talks about that. I don't know if topic selection talks about the research project or not. So I do talk about it in here, how we're going to select the topics and do's and don'ts. So please take some time to watch these. This will be very important. I'd hate for you to select a topic that you think sounds, timely now, but as you start to research it, you realize there's nothing, and it's 7 weeks into the course, and you're like, oh, this is a bad topic, and I'll be like, I told you so. So we don't want to do that, but I have some worksheets and things like that which will be helpful. So, of course, I recognize there is a lot of work that we're doing, which is why I try to keep things kind of organized. And then finally, we have a journal assignment. It's called A View from the Outside. If you click on this, it's going to take you to the detailed assignment. Basically, I'm asking you to think about our world from an outsider's point of view, either aliens, angels, or time travel. Any of these three things are fine. How would you explain something to an outsider who lives in a different culture. So it's just a different way of thinking. It's an exercise. So I have some examples, and hopefully that will be helpful. So there's a lot of thinking, a lot of reading going on, and I hope over this next week you'll be able to get all this stuff done. Again, when it comes to due dates, pace yourself. I have a checklist. Just check these things off. I have these due dates. Think of them as highly recommended suggestions, so you're not killing yourself over the weekend trying to get this done. So I will leave that there. I will be responding to your discussion boards and posting maybe a video feedback. So there's nothing here right now, I'm sorry, but there will be something later on, hopefully soon. Anyway, that's it. Please continue to contact me with questions. You've all emailed me, so you know how to do it. So that's part of why I do that exercise. Have a great week, and I will see you later.